We're back.
What's up? We're back. Here we are. We're back.
Things sporadically, right? We missed last week.
No, so listen, for
John
the
had to
people,
get his head examined.
for the people, whether Chop is able to or not, here's going to be the deal, folks. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we will have a release for you, even if we're talking about nothing at all.
Yeah, even if John's just staring at the wall.
Even if we're just sitting here trying to figure out how Furman loses twice in the same year to East Tennessee State in college basketball. Even if
they have their number, man, is what it is. I will try to be on as much as I can. Life's busy, man. I got whiskey reviews. I got travel planning. I just got a lot going on. Got a lot of irons in the fire, as they say.
I mean, listen, I got 2 kids in travel sports, so wah.
Yeah, so we're on the same page.
And I'm getting married this year. And I'm getting married.
And you're getting, that's true. I did. Hey,
I'm getting married.
Planned a nice honeymoon for you two. Very exclusive. Listen, hope you enjoy it.
Thank God it's already paid, because the way I'm picking college basketball right now, I'm going to be down at the Piggly Wiggly bagging groceries.
Yeah, I took a break.
I can't wait for baseball. Listen,
but I'm like,
baseball can't get here quick enough.
That'll be here before you know it. Pitchers and catchers are in camp. Do we have spring training games next week?
Yeah. Here's how bad it is, Chop. I'm catching 16.5 with the San Francisco Dons at home against Gonzaga, and I got blisters on my butt. I'm sweating so bad.
What's the score?
12-6, 13 minutes to go in the first half.
I mean, I don't think I'd be that worried about it right now, but I get what you're saying. It's stressful.
Listen, I'm perspirating.
Yeah. Did you have Canada in the comeback against Czechia today?
No, yeah, the whole. I'm over the Olympics. I think it's the biggest waste of time ever.
Really, we watch it every night. I've loved it.
Really,
tonight we watched like the.
Aren't y'all just a great American love story out there in the Midwest?
Well, hey, you know, I don't have a lot going on out here in the dead of winter, so got to do something to pass the time.
It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why.
Oh, dude, I love the Winter Olympics. I like the winter more than I do the summer.
Listen, only your Missouri Tigers could be up 16 with 4.5 minutes left, and with 1 minute left are up 3.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So in game, I was trying to bet the Seattle game. Seattle at home against St. Mary's tonight, which Seattle covers. Mm-hmm. But it was late in the game, so I had to alternate spread. So I'm like, crap, I need not a cheap, but just a money line somewhere around 1,000. Well, here
just scratch that itch, right? Just a little bump is all you're looking.
So I stumble upon Mizzou. I'm like, they're up 16 minus 1,000. Put it in. I'm like, in the parlay, it brings it down to the minus 130. I can roll with that. I'll do minus 130 all the time.
They'll be fine.
And now here you look at it, the Mizzou Tigers. They just show up. They've been screwing me since 1997.
They'll be fine. It's fine. How much time's left?
1:06.
You're good.
As the great Chris Berman once said, tick, 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 tick.
I can't believe you're not enjoying the Winter Olympics. You haven't watched bobsledding, luge, the skeleton.
Listen, did Jamaica win the bobsled?
They haven't started 4-man yet. They're still in the 2-man.
Listen,
I watched the monobob too. Just the one woman in the thing. That was cool.
Again, the Olympics is just another example of how the world has just went downhill. Like when we were growing up, hey, Jamaica, we have a bobsled team.
They still have a bobsled team.
We have Nancy Kerrigan getting whacked with a nightstick before the skating thing, like some real mafia stuff. We got Jordan dropping like 50 on Barcelona. And now it's just kind of like,
Oh, man, it's still been pretty exciting. We've watched some good stuff. Good stuff. Norway is running away with the medal count, which, I mean, the Winter Olympics.
Does that mean they get to keep Greenland?
I don't think they're in the mix, but, you know.
Listen, I think the greatest move the president could have made before the hockey game would have been like, hey, whoever wins this gets Greenland.
Is the U.S. play Canada?
And when they told him no, he should have just looked at him and be like, what if we let it go on a half?
Yeah. That's fair.
We'll take Greenland on the puck line.
Do the U.S. women play the Canadian women tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow, yes.
And they gave the Canadians a little smacky smack 5-0, the worst loss for Canada in the Olympics.
Yes, but here's the thing. So here, let me pull this up. I want to make sure I get this right. All right.
I can't believe you're not enjoying the Olympics.
The U.S. If you take Canada women plus a goal and a half, it's plus 130. I think.
Why would you bet on the Canadian women?
Because the Canadian women always kick our butt in the medal round.
Sir, this is America, all right? And I need you to act like it.
Well, you know what?
If you bet Canada and the U.S. women lose, it's all your fault.
How do you figure that?
Because you did the thing that you don't do. You bet against your own country.
I feel like if Finland beats Canada, Canada should have to become the 51st state.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day they will. Canada and Greenland.
Listen, does it interest you to lay 950 to win 100 on the U.S. versus Slovakia? See, this is one of those ones. If I had just like bukus of money, I would.
You would just lay it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would.
I'm sure people who have a ton of money do that, like that type of.
No, if I had a ton of money, I would lay 9,500 to win 1,000. You wouldn't? I think they're going to lose to Slovakia?
They're not losing to Slovakia. Dude, have you watched any of their games? They are on a whole different level right now.
Well, listen, it's going to be Canada and the U.S. and who knows who wins because it's, Canada versus U.S.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll drop gloves at center ice and they'll just duke it out. That'd be fun.
What? Yeah, tomato. Yeah,
dude, they had a fight. The fighting in Olympics, for whatever reason, is banned, which it's hockey. It shouldn't be. But they did have a fight the other night. The players got ejected. Now they didn't suspend them. They were able to play in the next game. So not that big of a deal.
Speaking of ejected, did you see what Nick Cronin, the head coach of UCLA, did?
I did not. What happened?
So they're down 25. First of all, UCLA is playing like garbage this year, right?
Didn't K-State just fire their coach too?
Yeah, because the players are soft and he railed on them, whatever. Well, so it's soft society. So anyway, moving right along with this subject. So the UCLA's down 25 last night to Michigan State. Well, Michigan State gets a breakaway layup there's up 2 minutes to go or something I don't know. No. And the kid comes out and he did go for the ball, but it's a hard foul and a breakaway. And Cronin pulls him out of the game and is just railing on him and sends him to the locker room. And so Izzo in the press conference is like, I guess Cronin upgraded that to a flagrant 2 on his own. I've never seen a coach do that. I was like,
jeez.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Oh, chop. 14-8, 10-15 left in the first half. Oh,
hey, buddy, there's a lot of time. If there was,
So pitchers and catchers reported, apparently this is going to be, after this season, they say we are on trajectory for an absolute lockout for Major League Baseball because the Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker and the Dodgers just stacked their rosters. And so, therefore, it's not fair and there's going to be
Here's the thing with baseball, right? And we've seen this multiple times. The Dodgers have done it. The Yankees have done it. Stacking your roster and spending more money doesn't always guarantee you a World Series. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have not had high payrolls that have won World Series. I mean, look at the Kansas City Royals, right? Got the won one. And not that long ago. So
look at the Tampa Bay Rays. They didn't win one, but then they got there a couple times, made some deep runs.
Baseball is now. I don't think you should have a cap in Major League Baseball. I do think you should have a minimum. We've talked about that multiple times on here. I think there should be a minimum spend for teams. It forces owners to invest in their franchise and try to be competitive. I think that is the best thing for Major League Baseball. I don't think you need to cap anything, let them spend what they want. But I do believe a league minimum of salary would make the league better. I really do. I've said that for multiple years because some of these owners, whether it was the Athletics spending $30 million, the next closest team was spending $90. That can't.
Well, I mean,
that doesn't help.
Look at it from this perspective, right? The Dodgers, the Yankees have more money to spend and they don't spend it.
Yeah.
So, when you look at that, I just think to myself, I think too much is being. Look, the Mets their payroll is higher than the Dodgers, and they don't win.
Yeah, and they're still paying players that ain't played in 20 years.
I mean, Bobby Bonilla will be collecting a salary long after I'm dead.
Forever. So the thing with baseball, I think, and I'm not saying you got to make it like an astronomical minimum, but set your league minimum at somewhere between $80 and $100 million, right? That's fair in today's sports dollar. Major League Baseball, it still makes a lot of money. Like, there's a lot of games. Major League Baseball ain't hurting for money.
Listen, you can't have a lockout because the sport is actually thriving more than it has in the last 15 years. Since they changed the rules, things have gotten much better.
Yeah, they'll lock it out, though, I'm sure. I won't be
surprised. Think they will?
Probably. Everybody's just so whiny these days. I'm sure they'll throw a hissy fit about something and want more money.
So when you look at Major League Baseball reporting, I just want to throw out a couple things. One, I absolutely love the Detroit Tigers this year. Love them.
Yeah.
I think the Tigers may end up being the best team in the American League. I'm concerned about pitching to a degree.
And see, that's the great thing about baseball, right? The Tigers just a few years ago sucked. And now you're thinking they may be the best team.
Well, look, you already had Skubal. You had some other good arms. You bring in Valmer Valdez, southpaw from the Astros. Mm-hmm. Justin Verlander and Miss Upton come back to Detroit.
Is he back in Detroit?
He's back. Hey, listen, it's a place he should retire. So you got that. So they got a lot going for them.
Dude, that dude still has a lot in the tank. Like, his pitching is still very good.
He's not bad. I don't know about a lot in the tank, but he ain't bad. There's
a lot worse than him.
There is a lot worse than him. But I just look at it and I'm like, man, I like the Tigers. I'm still bullish, like suspect on their pitching, but I also really like the Orioles. The Orioles can score. I like Baltimore. I'm really down on the Cubs. I don't think the Cubs are going to have the year. Mm-hmm. And Milwaukee's a regular season team. I think like last year, Milwaukee may end up winning the division. They might end up having the best record in the National League, and then whoever they play in the first round will beat the snot out of them. But at the end of the day, I don't really see how the Dodgers don't three-peat if everybody stays healthy.
Something will happen where they won't. It's baseball, man.
I also think this is the year the Astros finally go away.
Well, we've been saying that for a while, though, and they keep hanging on. 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, they keep hanging on. At some point in time, Altuve's got to, he's kind of like the Tyler Hansbrough of baseball. He just keeps hanging around.
He does. You're right. I'm excited for baseball season. Spring. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, are they moving out of Kaufman out there?
The Kansas City sports
teams. Wait, we never talked about this. Why are y'all moving out of Arrowhead?
Because our ownership is greedy.
There's no good reason.
Here's the thing about this whole thing. One, they haven't even secured funding in the state of Kansas. Kansas would be the smallest state economy to support a major sports franchise stadium. They don't have the money. They have sold this to the Kansas taxpayers as we're not going to raise your taxes. However, they're going to have to. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to come up with the $6 billion they need. Star bonds in Kansas, for whatever reason, they think these things are like little leprechauns with pots of gold attached to them. There's just endless money. And I have a feel. So they have until October to finalize the financing of this deal. There's already some rumblings in Kansas City about some holes in this particular plan.
Oh, well, you don't say.
Yeah. I won't be surprised if this little stadium deal kind of falls apart and Missouri's waiting there in the wings for them to come back. So Missouri had an offer on the table for Arrowhead to put a rolling roof over top of Arrowhead. They were giving them like $2.5 billion to keep them there. And the goal was to keep them in Arrowhead for at least the next 50 years. The stadium's structurally sound. They did a structure study. I think it finished last year, early part of last year. So the stadium's good. We've actually gone down to like field level where we've gone out and held the flag for the game. We did that for the AFC Championship game. Was wild on the field holding the flag as a B-2 bomber just like flies over your head. Pretty wild. The stadium, even its bones in the lower levels, it's in great shape. There's no reason to leave Arrowhead other than just pure greed. which pure greed also tends to be the thing that just drives our society these days. So, and then Kauffman's the same. Kauffman's one of the most beautiful ballparks in baseball, and they're going to leave that because they think they can go downtown and get a stadium. There's already nowhere to park in downtown Kansas City, and tailgating's such a huge part of the Royals culture. I don't know. John Sherman, the owner of the Royals, is not on my list of favorite people these days.
So here's my overarching issue with this.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City. Now look, is Buffalo Stadium open? It's open.
They left it open air.
Okay. Yeah. So if you are hold on just a second. Sorry. If you are,
I think I know where you're going with this.
If you are Buffalo, which thankfully they did the right thing. If you are Kansas City, if you are any of those guys, right? No. Like I heard Cleveland wants an indoor stadium, and the thing that keeps coming up is the Super Bowl, right? And I just want to be very frank, and I'm sorry to all the fan bases, but you know it's true as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The reason you can go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, and as long as it's not Hall of Fame week, you can get a hotel wherever you want, and if you walk through it, it's empty, is because it's in an absolute hellhole.
Yeah.
Canton, Ohio. I literally drove by there with the family. We were on our way to Cedar Point. If you have a family and you've
I've heard it's great.
Oh, best. I mean, it's amazing. Great roller coaster. But we're literally rolling by and see open flame crackheads on the corner, on like every other corner. They lock you down in the Hilton and they tell you don't go outside at night. Right?
Sounds like a great vacation spot.
So that was that was on the way to Cedar Point, right? So here's the thing. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland for a freaking Super Bowl.
No, nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
It's a crap hole. No. They had one Super Bowl in Jacksonville. How many times have they been back?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Because Jacksonville is a dump.
Yeah, you're spending all this money, and you're spending taxpayer money, right? Which things that could go towards like the deal that Missouri gave for the Chiefs was more than enough, and it was actually going to lower taxes for the taxpayer. So it was a good deal, and putting a roof on Arrowhead, I mean, it would have been phenomenal, and it would have rolled, so they could have chose open or close. It was a great deal.
But why would you want to close it? That's your advantage.
You would. It's your advantage. I agree. But you're going to go out to the Legends by the Speedway, which, look, Sporting Kansas City's stadium's out there. It's very nice. The Kansas Speedway is very nice. You got some restaurants, but otherwise there's nothing else out there. So you're going to put a stadium out there. You're going to maybe host a Super Bowl because you're Clark Hunt. You're probably going to get a Super Bowl, and then you're never going to host another one again.
No.
This year, Arrowhead is one of the venues for the FIFA World Cup. You will make more money hosting the World Cup here than you would make hosting a Super. Like, I know as Americans, we're like, the NFL is the greatest thing ever, and for us it is. Soccer is worldwide. They will make more money hosting the World Cup games. Not only that, you have England coming here. You have Argentina coming here as their home base for their training for the World Cup. Also, the U.S. men's and women's national teams train here in Kansas City. You're going to make more money from that than you would have ever made for a Super Bowl. So I don't understand the drive, and it seems like that's the factor. We want to host the Super Bowl. We want to host the Super Bowl. Who cares? Like, I don't see the thing. And putting it indoors and making it a dome, the Viking Stadium, nothing against it. It's pretty. The Raider Stadium, it's nice. They're basically the same stadium and the colors are different. These new stadiums are just cookie cutters of one another. They don't have a lot of character.
Super Bowl, did Minnesota get one in the new stadium? I think they got one.
They won't get another one because it snowed that weekend.
Listen, New Orleans has one of the oldest stadiums.
Yeah.
And New Orleans is not getting a new stadium anytime soon.
Ever.
Hard Rock, they just put a bunch of money in. It's not the greatest, but they're never going to listen. Let me just break this down. Miami, hey, you just look at the history. It ain't me. Just this is what it is. Miami, New Orleans, California are going to get the, and now that you have Vegas and you have Jerry World in Dallas, and for whatever, and Arizona's always been a big home, right?
Yeah. It's a pretty stadium.
Those 6 are going to get. Now, I see Nashville putting an indoor stadium because Nashville is like a little mini Vegas, right? So I get, but like New York's never getting another Super Bowl.
No.
We are, right? Like I could make the argument, like people were complaining about the 49ers. It's not in San Francisco, which San Francisco is a dump now. They've ruined the most. San Francisco might have been the most beautiful town in the United States, and they've ruined it.
Gorgeous.
But where the stadium's at in Santa Clara was it was away from everything.
Yeah, it was awful.
So like,
listen. Which is how the Chiefs' new stadium will be. The Legends is like 30 minutes out of downtown Kansas City, where like all your stuff is. You have the Speedway and you have Sporting Park out there, but other than like an outlet mall and a couple chain restaurants, that's all you got. There's nothing else out there. It's cornfields.
So that's what I'm saying. You're going to give up. I mean, I just want them to think this would be like moving Lambeau Field,
which will never happen. And we've been to Lambeau. It's gorgeous.
Like, and it's like Chicago making these. So when they built the new Soldier Field, they kept part of the old, right? To keep the mystique. Now Chicago wants to move down by the Speedway or whatever.
Did you see Iowa's in the mix now? They're hearing offers from Iowa. So you're going to move them. The Bears.
Bears aren't leaving Chicago.
Not only are they hearing offers from Indiana, now they're hearing offers from Iowa. I'm like, what are we doing at this point? It's driven by owners trying to scratch and claw as much money from the tax base as they can because of greed.
Listen,
and Chicago, I'm all for capitalism. I'm a big capitalism guy, but there has to be like.
Listen, Chicago can't host a Super Bowl because too many people would get robbed and killed.
Well, I was going to try to go there for a weekend in April, but now I don't want to.
I mean, and here's the other thing. The stadium, the Super Bowl in February in Chicago, everybody would be miserable. That's why Minnesota only gets it once every 15 years.
Yeah, Minnesota's not getting another one. And it's a beautiful – but the other thing too, like, what makes Arrowhead great is like the tailgating experience in the stadium. It's loud. Arrowhead was built in a time where you could put the seats right on the field. Now with you can't do that anymore. Like you can't build stadiums with the seats that close to the field. And so you're losing this history and this advantage that you've always had for a stadium that might get you one Super Bowl. Like, well, listen, it seems like a shitty trade-off for me.
Same thing here in Washington. I mean, the
FedEx Field was a dump, so they had to do something.
Well, the FedEx Field was the worst stadium ever built, and it's the worst stadium of all stadiums in sports.
Pretty bad.
But what I will say is, like this whole dome thing and all, I'm like, nobody wants to come to DC either.
Not on my list of places to go visit
right
now.
Like, and yes, they've cleaned up DC a ton.
Yeah, I mean, Trump, I think's done the best he can, right? Cleaning it up.
But where they put that stadium, listen, they said this with the Nats thing, and they're still, listen, you walk up to Nats Park, and Nats Park is gorgeous. It is a row of, like, you have to walk your kids through. It looks like the red carpet of homelessness and drugs outside the stadium.
It's like that in Baltimore, too. Camden Yards is a gorgeous stadium, but it's in not a great area.
So, like, what, like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand. Right? Like, I don't get it.
I get you.
So, like, Kansas City moving the stadium, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, that makes no sense. Like, you're not getting a Super Bowl. Miami, Dallas, New Orleans, Vegas, California, they're getting Super Bowls. The only other person that should deserve a Super Bowl is Nashville, just because it's Nashville.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't even see why Tampa keeps getting Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, at least when they move, it'll save me money every year because I won't be buying tickets for it. I'll enjoy my years at Arrowhead, and then I will spend my money on something else.
Speaking of NFL, is your boy Tyreek Hill coming back to the Chiefs?
I don't think he's coming back anywhere right now. I think the thing is he still has to have his LCL repaired. So I think if we're being optimistic for Tyreek, December maybe available to play. Also, Tyreek, he literally destroyed every ligament in that knee. There's ligaments he tore they don't even have names for. So I don't know what version of Tyreek you're going to get, and I think the Chiefs have to get away from this. And I think Tyreek's partly to blame, right? They've been trying to kind of replicate that. These small, fast receivers, which in open field are great, but you watch the Chiefs in the red zone struggle because the defensive backs just flick these tiny receivers out of the way because the Chiefs have nobody else. Like, other than Kelce, which I think Travis Kelce actually had a really good year this year. Played very, very well. But in the red zone...
Yeah, I mean, he's just 800 years old.
The Chiefs need a big body receiver. I said in last offseason they should have went and got DK Metcalf. Nobody called me. Right now,
nobody reached out to you.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's hard to say.
Right now, the rumor,
I can't fathom.
The rumor is Worthy for Marvin Harrison Jr., which I like. Don't know if it could get done. Obviously, I think
there's no way Why would the Cardinals part with Marvin Harrison Jr. for Xavier Worthy? How's that help them?
Because they're not going anywhere.
Now, what do you think about this? Do you think they get rid of Kyler Murray?
Yes.
And there's a report Murray to the Jets.
I mean, that's one of those franchises where quarterbacks go to die. That'll probably work.
If you're the Jets, what's the plan? Like, you're sitting in the 2-hole. The Raiders can say whatever they want to. It's kind of like the Bears taking Caleb Williams. You have to take Mendoza whether you believe he's going to be an NFL quarterback or not.
Is it just me, or could the Raiders have done the greatest thing ever, right? Hear me out.
What do you mean?
You bring back Chucky, and then you draft Mendoza.
What?
You bring back Chucky as head coach, and you draft Mendoza.
Why would they bring back Chucky? They already got Kubiak.
I like Chucky better. He's a great quarterback developer. I thought it would have been the greatest move.
Chucky's not coming back. I thought Chucky was getting the Michigan job. I thought Portney was going to hook that up, but didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
Chucky's not getting another head coaching job in the NFL.
Poor guy. Mendoza goes to the Raiders. I think with Kubiak, it'll be good. But here's the problem with the Raiders.
They got weapons, dude. Genty, Bowers, Mayer.
Yeah, and then everywhere else,
they're one big play receiver away from.
Well, yeah, but now Max Crosby wants out. So what are you going to do about that?
I'm going to go ahead and trade him for like 2 first-round picks and a number 2.
But then you don't have a defense.
You don't have one anyway.
You got him.
You take all those picks and all your other picks and you draft defense.
I don't even know who's the second best quarterback in this year's draft. Obviously Mendoza, and then
probably Simpson of Alabama, but he's probably a 3rd-round quarterback at best.
Man, we've really got to figure out this quarterback development thing in college football. It's bad.
So if you're the Jets, let's just look at Kyler Murray is, he's not going to be back with the Cardinals. He's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is coming off the knee. He's out
there.
He
should be fine, though. How about
that? You got Kirk the Squirt Cousins.
He's going to go somewhere.
You got the Colts. So the Colts, don't know if they're bringing Daniel Jones back.
Kirk didn't play awful at the end of last year. I think the thing with Cousins, I think it happens a lot with these Achilles injuries. You saw it a little bit with Aaron Rodgers too. I think the rush back, the Achilles needs a little more time. And I think you saw Kirk try to get back a little too fast because at the end of last year, he looked decent. Like he still can sling it. So I think this year he's going to go somewhere and get a starting job. There's just too many teams that need a starting quarterback for him to sit out.
Anthony Richardson has been rumored to want out of Indianapolis.
Well, I think that's going to happen.
They've where do they go at the quarterback position?
I think they go back to Daniel Jones. Why not? I think he fits in that system.
So I want to propose something to you.
Mm-hmm.
if you're the Minnesota Vikings, I think you have figured out J.J. McCarthy is not the guy.
You think that? How long did it take you to come to that conclusion?
When they drafted him. And I like the kid. I think I think he could be a good backup quarterback in the league. I really
Here's the thing, and I'm going to harp on it again. Also, we're running real long on this one. Just chatty Cathy's tonight. College football has a quarterback development problem. J.J. McCarthy's a great example. Good at the college level, but when he gets to the NFL, he's, like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Real skittish. So there has got to be a quarterback development process in college football. We've got to figure it out.
So can I interest you in the Vikings calling up Cincinnati and saying, hey, J.J. McCarthy, and how many first-round picks do you want for Joe Burrow?
I mean, I think it's a great move for Joe Burrow. He's got to get out of Cincinnati before they get him killed.
If not, he's going to pull an Andrew Luck anyway.
Yeah, I think he's another year of leading in sacks for him to just be like, I'm good. Thanks. I've made some money. I'm fine. Because it's ridiculous. I said this when they signed T. Higgins and Chase. You pick one, you spend the rest of the money on protecting your quarterback. Once again, nobody called me. I knew as soon as they did that, they were going to have problems. They can't protect him. And it's sad because Joe Burrow has the potential to be a multiple Super Bowl winning quarterback and should be. But his career, unfortunately, will be cut short either because he retires because he's tired of getting hit, or he's never going to win anything in Cincinnati because they're never going to protect him. And I hate that because he's so talented. Great football IQ, can absolutely sling it. He's right up there, right under Mahomes, right up there with Allen. He has tons of potential, but they're squandering it. And it's just a poorly run franchise. We see that a lot, right? We got a lot of those in the NFL right now. They're kind of throw a rock, you're going to hit 2 or 3 of them.
All right. The Baltimore Ravens
look like?
No, the Baltimore Ravens hire a 29-year-old offensive coordinator that's never called plays before in his life to come in and wrangle in Lamar Jackson that's a year older than him. How does this play out?
This plays out how when Harbaugh left the Ravens, to me, that was the Ravens saying, we are picking Lamar Jackson over Harbaugh. Really stupid decision. I think last year was a perfect example. Lamar Jackson quit on that team. If you try to tell me any different, clearly you haven't watched football long enough. He quit. He quit on that team. I think Lamar Jackson needs a change of scenery, and the Ravens need a new quarterback. Because I don't think you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. You're probably not even going to sniff one, let's be real. There's too much talent now in the AFC. Herbert's going to be better. Bo Nix is going to be better. Allen's going to be there. Burrow's there. Mahomes this year, I think, was a mirage. He's going to get back to the top of the mountain. Like Drake May, I think another year in that system, he's going to continue to be good. He's exactly what New England needs, right? And we didn't talk about the Super Bowl. That kid ran for his life. It was like watching the Chiefs and the two Super Bowls.
But he was seeing he didn't do himself any favors.
He didn't, but also you have to protect your quarterback. And the Patriots were not able to do that effectively at all. There's too much talent in the AFC right now. Lamar ain't sniffing a Super Bowl. And if the Ravens are smart, they'll find a replacement sooner rather than later. Or they're going to flail around like some of these other franchises do.
Need to trade him while he's got max value. Okay, 2 more things and let's run out of here. Yep. Pittsburgh. They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers again. You got Will Howard sitting there. I don't think he's the answer.
No.
But listen, Pittsburgh's got all kinds of issues. How long do you wait on Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know.
And
I don't
here's
think you
my other
wait until
thing.
the ayahuasca completely wears off, but you can
But
get him
here's my
somewhere in
thing.
between.
Here's my thing. Everybody complained about Tomlin. What's Pittsburgh going to do? Because when I look at Pittsburgh, at best they're 9-8 again. There's nowhere like that's the ceiling. Like Aaron Rodgers showed you what his ceiling is with an easier schedule than they're going to have this year.
I think
now they're going to have a first place schedule.
I think Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he has a reunion with Mike McCarthy. They go do like a ayahuasca thing together, little journey to mend fences, right?
No.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think, I didn't hear a ton of calls for Mike Tomlin's head. I don't think there was a ton of calls for him to lose that job from Pittsburgh, the fan base. So I think they're in for a rude awakening. McCarthy for me was a weird. You go from Tomlin to McCarthy. If you're gonna get rid of Mike Tomlin,
I really thought they were going with a young coach. I really thought
you go with one of these young offensive guys, right, to try to spark something. But you just went for like the Timu version of Tomlin. Like they're very similar in their like. You didn't upgrade. You'd have been better off just keeping Tomlin. Now, I like McCarthy. I think he can be a decent coach, but he's not better than Tomlin. If anything, they're on the same wavelength. I'd say I'd probably give Tomlin a little edge. So you didn't do anything. You just, got more of the same. It was a weird move for me.
Browns, Deshaun Watson looking to make a comeback. So you're going to have...
Keep him away from the massage parlors.
You're going to have...
Not hard.
You're going to have a head coach that nobody else would have hired. They had to like beg somebody to take the head coaching job. You got Deshaun Watson, Shador Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. When we get to opening day, are any of the three the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns? Now, mind you, I'm going to run down through the top free agents. Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, not free agent, but supposed to be on the trade block. Anthony Richardson on the trade block. Kirk Cousins, free agent. Joe Flacco is the third-ranked free agent.
Good God, he's still around.
Russell Wilson is out there. If that, that does it for anybody. Marcus Mariota
still alive.
Marcus Mariota is the fifth highest ranked free agent quarterback. Then you got Malik Willis out there, which actually somebody threw out Malik Willis to Pittsburgh.
Worse.
And that did kind of interest me. I'm not going to act
Where is it? Malik to where?
To Pittsburgh. And I'm like, meh.
I think maybe. If Aaron Rodgers does not come back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kirk Cousins is your quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Super Bowl, baby. Kirk Cousins we trust.
I think that's what happens. You're either going to get Aaron Rodgers in the black and gold, or you're going to get Kirk Cousins. That's what you get.
So who starts for the Browns opening day?
Shador. Shador will be
you have faith in him.
I think the way they handled it was so bad that to save face, he's going to have to be the starter. Like, I don't know if you're Cleveland, how you get out of that one. I think you're kind of stuck with him. Deshaun was done before the last round of massages. So I don't see that being a thing. Dylan Gabriel showed you what he had. He's not it either. I think you start the season with Shador and you see how it goes. I think Daniel Jones goes back to Indy. I think he's back with the Colts. I think they like him. I think he fits that system. He's what they're looking for. Kyler Murray, I have no idea where he ends up. And then some of the other guys, like Marcus Mariota, he's a backup. He's not a starter. Malik Willis is a backup. He's not a starter. Kyler Murray can be a starter, but somebody's got to get the PlayStation controller out of his hand, because every time the new Call of Duty rolls around, he starts sucking. There's some tough ones out there. I do think Shador ends up being the guy in Cleveland, though, at least for the start. We'll see how it goes.
Very last thing, I almost forgot about this on the way out. Bills hired Joe Brady after the owner complained about the coaching staff beating on the table, having to draft Keon Coleman. and then hire the offensive coordinator. And I think to myself, if somebody was in the draft room beating on the table for Keon Coleman, who in God's name would that have been the special teams coach?
Probably
no,
not.
it'd have been the offensive coordinator, you freaking idiot.
Here's the thing.
So tell me, I've become a huge Buffalo. I was a Buffalo fan as a kid.
I wanted Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl so bad this year. I wanted it so bad.
And but now with my fiance's side of the family, they're from Buffalo. It's kind of become a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in God's name are they doing hiring the offensive coordinator that clearly called horrible plays? And then you have the owner bring up the Keon Coleman thing, and then you hire the offensive coordinator.
I want to know. The question I have is, I want to know, did you at least call Brian Dable? Like, did you at least have a phone call with him? I don't think they brought him in for an interview, which is wild. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but I think the thing that kind of threw Buffalo through a loop is they interviewed Phillip Rivers. And all reports were the interview was stellar. Like, it was fantastic. He completely blew them away. I think they left that interview thinking that Phillip Rivers was going to be the next head coach of the Buffalo Bills. I do. I really do. I think this is what happened. You
can't be serious.
Unfortunately, I'm serious. I think that was the thought when they left the interview.
You think they thought he was the best candidate?
I think that's who they thought they were going to pick. I don't know if I'm saying that was the best candidate, but in their mind, I think he impressed them so much in the room that they thought, we pair him with Allen, we bring in an offensive coordinator, this could work. He went back and thought about it and did not want to move the 27 kids and the wife to Buffalo and declined. And I think Buffalo was in a position where they kind of had to scramble and ended up with Joe Brady. I don't think Brady was their initial guy. I think after the interview, Phillip Rivers, he was going to be the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. All the reports.
You really believe that?
All the reports I've read is they were shocked at how good his interview was and the plan that he brought in of what he would do with Josh Allen. It was that good. I think they were sold. And when he decided a couple days later, I just can't make this commitment right now with my family. I got kids in school. I think they were a little taken aback and they scrambled and they got stuck with Joe Brady. I don't think that was their. I don't think that's what they wanted.
Wait a second. You went from a guy that played 2 games that ain't thrown a football in 3 years and is a head coach at a high school.
From what I hear, they're very competitive.
You go from that.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky
as
Bobby.
your
I'm
number,
not making the decisions.
That's your number 1 head coaching option. And Joe Brady's your number 2. And you have Kubiak out there. Now, he probably wouldn't have left, but you got Cignetti out there. He
wouldn't have. You had Kingsbury.
You got Marcus Freeman, but you didn't even try. You didn't even pick up the phone and
honestly, call. Kingsbury with Allen would have been a really interesting combination.
You didn't pick up the phone and call any team about, hey, I don't care what the contract is of your coach. We'll pull off the old John Gruden, Sean Payton, give you however many draft picks, but we want to talk to him. Like, you didn't even try to do that with Kyle Shanahan. You didn't try to do anything but go to a guy that played 2 games at age 57,000 years old, coaching at a high school football team, and then you settle on the guy who you said 2 weeks before the owner said, I walked in the locker room and they were just dejected, and I knew we needed a whole makeover. And brings up the Keon Coleman thing and how the coaching staff banged on it wasn't the GM's fault. That's why they didn't fire the GM. It's because the coaching staff banged on the table. Well, the one guy that would have been banging on the table would have been the offensive coordinator.
You're not wrong.
The defense rests, Your Honor, and the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen's career as we know it is laid to rest.
Yeah. Before we get out of here.
Just like
Michael
Dan
Jordan
Marino,
wins the Daytona 500.
You know, did you see what they're trying to do to that poor man?
Oh, my God.
There's ice down the kid's shirt. Like, let me tell you something.
Well,
Michael Jordan's got more hose at – first of all,
nothing.
Michael Jordan, listen, have you seen Michael Jordan's wife? He ain't messing with no little kid.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the society we live in, dude. We live in kind of a sick and twisted world.
But listen, I think that's the greatest thing in the world. Like, Michael Jordan leaves, he goes into a predominant white sport. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they try to just destroy 2311. I mean, they just got out of court like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. He fights that, right?
To keep his charters.
Gets everything, and then turns around and wins the Daytona. Like, again, I don't want to hear any comparisons with LeBron or whatever. Jordan not only is the GOAT of basketball, Michael Jordan is probably one of the most top 5 successful people in the world all time.
Ever, yeah. Not even
like
close.
Everything he touches, like, he wins. He just wins.
Yeah. Yep.
Just wins. Yeah. And I thought it was great. And I thought it was great for Tyler Reddick, too. I mean, here's a guy that
like Tyler Reddick. I like Tyler Reddick a lot.
Yeah, just kind of on the – now, truth be told, I had Joey Logano to win the Daytona 500 at 12-1. Oh, you had
old cue ball to win it?
I tell you what. Oh, I mean, like I don't know. Old Logano will never get one, I don't think. But listen, I thought that was great for Jordan. I love Michael Jordan. I just love him. I love the guy.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Right.
All right. Well, hey.
We're recording this first day of Lent. Happy Lent, everyone.
Happy Lent.
God bless you all.
God bless.
Lent, I feel like it's a great time. It's a good 40 days, kind of reset, get you ready for Easter. I would recommend anybody who hasn't. I'm sure you've seen it. Their ads are everywhere. Obviously, we're not sponsored by them. I would love to be. Probably the app I've put on my phone that has changed my life the most. Cannot say enough good things about it. The app is Hallow. They have a 40-day Lent challenge that they're doing. Jonathan Roomey's part of it. Mark Wahlberg. I downloaded this app 2 years ago with their Lent challenge. It was 3 months for I think the first 3 months free. I think they're running that promo right now. But highly, highly recommend. If you don't have the app on your phone, probably no other app that you put on there will change your life like this one does. There's music, there's daily devotionals, there's reflection, there's everything you could want in this thing. And it truly will make a huge difference in your life. So highly recommend. If you want a new challenge this Lent, if you want to get into the Word, find some devotions, and just find some peace in a wild and crazy world that we live in, I highly recommend download the Hallow app. It will make a huge difference for you. I know it's made a huge difference for my life. So I hope you all have a wonderful Lenten season as we approach Easter. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you so much for the support. It means the world to us.
Amen. Love you guys. God bless.
Yep. Love you.
All right. Later, Choppy.
Later.